running those trot lines, stretching that poly. Catch 'em, Catfish Charlie. Catch those fish, here's what you do. Set those hooks with a trick or two. Gotta go late, not too early. If you need help, call Catfish Charlie. Catch 'em, Catfish Charlie. Find him in his boat or cooking at a party. Running those trot lines, stretching that poly. Catch 'em, Catfish Charlie. Catch 'em, Catfish Charlie. Find him in his boat or cooking at a party.
Hello, everybody out there in podcast land. I'm Catfish Charlie with the Catfish Podcast, and we want to welcome y'all to come along and be with us. We're going to talk several topics today. I have my co-host sitting here beside me, and he is...
Welcome, this is Charlie also. Look forward to bringing y'all some news you may not know about and seeing where we can go.
All right. Well, I think first thing we need to do today is, of course, our topic's going to be the Delta, and which that's a big topic, and it's several things on the agenda to talk about. That's the talk all over Mississippi and has been for the last few months. But what hunting season's going to do, what are they going to open the federal management areas? Are they going to just stick with state? And it's a lot of unanswered questions right now. So I have a lot to wonder about that I'd like to ask, but I'd like to know if we lost it, how much game we did lose during the flood. I'd like to know just what kind of shape the game is going to be in, how much we lost to the disease, how much, just a lot of stuff going on that we need to probably talk about and run over. So, Charlie, you got anything on that?
As far as the Delta, I know that the early season teal hunts that are usually in September, the only one they're doing is in Muscadine Farms. All the rest of the impounds for duck hunting are still flooded, so they're not doing any of the early season teal hunts on the management lands in the South Delta.
Okay. Have you got anything on our deer or bow season?
I've looked at Panther Swamp. Their season's still postponed until further notice. I believe they're going to open the season as normal in the rest of the South Delta region. They got a proposal for the harvest of deer, and I believe it's 2 does and 2 bucks per person only this year.
That's in the state management, right?
I believe that's in the whole South Delta private land and state.
And is it state and federal, or the state management area? I mean, the federal management areas? Is that going to apply to that too?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, now that would be good if they opened it. And again, the question lies on how much game did we lose? I mean, I've heard stories and rumors and what have you, and so I don't really know, and I don't really know what to expect about it. So have you got anything on that?
No, I haven't heard much.
One thing about it, I heard while the game was on the levees that they took care of a bunch of hogs, so maybe maybe that'll help our deer out. So hopefully so.
That should.
Yeah, I mean, and even when the water went out, there was really nothing. There was still nothing in the woods for them to eat.
No, all the underbrush that was around there is
Rotted.
rotted out, and
Yeah.
there's
No
not gonna be
new
any
growth.
no new growth.
So what do you look for? You look for basically when the acorns start falling, I guess, huh?
That's gonna be it.
So there's nothing really there to give them any thing really to gain any weight on. I don't see. Of course, I guess we would have to talk to one of them.
We'd have to talk to a biologist,
Biologists.
that's around
That's
the
what I was
area
trying to get out.
and see what the actual reports are of how this did impact the deer herd.
Yeah, because you don't. And what I look for it to be. Basically, I look for it to be better than some areas than in others. I think probably that you'd have probably a better population in some areas than what you would others. I don't know that that's so, but I mean, just thinking about it, I would think that. But again, we're just speculating. So
So here's the dates for the proposal for the South Delta is October 15th through January 5th, public and private land. Bag limit's going to be 2 antlerless deer and 2 bucks. For 1 buck must meet antler criteria, and 1 can be any antlered deer, private land only. So that's their proposal for their bag limits.
now, when you say private land only, you're talking about management area.
No, that would be either leased land or owned land.
Okay.
It wouldn't be on your management areas.
What is our management areas?
The criteria for the deer?
Yeah.
I want to say
It's
it's a
a lot of this
12-inch.
stuff is going to be
It's
up
going to be
in
a
here.
12-inch inside spread or 15-inch main beam for the Delta region, south and north.
a 12-inch spread.
Yes, sir.
We was at 16 last year, wasn't
15
we? 15.
was
15.
on the Panther Swamp.
Yeah.
So
No, the state sunflower I thought was 15.
it may have been.
Yeah, it was. Sure was. Yep. Yeah, sure was. It was 15 too. So it's going to be 12. We're going to drop it back to 12 this year.
Yep.
Well, that's going to do away with some bucks, I guarantee you.
Yeah, earlier this year we read some reports about them changing the antler sizes because they want to take some of the younger bucks. They're saying that's how the chronic waste disease travels is young bucks get it and they travel, they leave the herd to find their areas, and that's when
Right.
they take it with them. So they're
Right.
trying to do away with a lot of younger bucks
Yeah.
in
Try
that
to
area.
get the waste disease knocked out. So,
Yes, sir.
well, I hope it'll work. Have you heard anything on our rules and regulations on the deer that we take? Do we have to turn in? What part of the deer do we have to turn in, or?
If you're on the management areas, you're going to have to turn in the jawbones as normal so they can age the deer.
Yeah, the normal, but I'm talking about for the CWD.
Let me see. I'm not 100% sure on that.
And again, it's a lot a lot of stuff that is still up in the air, I think. So it's going to have to be time to. Of course, the time is getting short, but I wish they would go ahead and give us a notification on our deer and panther swamp, what we're going to be able to do there, and see what's happening in that area.
Yeah, I look for them to release something here in the next couple of weeks.
Do we have a date on our bow season in Sunflower area?
It's going to be October 15th.
October 15th?
That's when it's going to start. Yes, sir.
It's going to be the same regulations, the size horn or any horn?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, October the 15th is bow season, so that's not far away.
It's not far away at all.
A month and a half, right? You might as well say. So, I know one thing, I'm ready for some cooler weather for it.
Yes, me too.
Man, I remember last year I burned up out there. And fought mosquitoes.
There's some nice mosquitoes out there.
Yeah. I said last year that when it come time to bow hunt, I was going to wait till right before gun season before I did my bow hunt. And a lot of year, I mean, it's still hot during gun season a lot of years. So, but anyway,
Yes, sir.
it's a lot to check on. Of course, we got the flooded bottoms. We don't know how that's going to work out for us in our hunting, and so just hope maybe we can get up there and check things out.
Yes, sir. They do have some draw hunts for the WMAs. If you haven't already, they have till August 31st to enter for different draw hunts for deer across the state.
Okay.
And they also have the waterfowl applications are coming out. If you like to hunt waterfowl on the WMAs in the Delta, they're going to start period 1 October 30th to November 12th, period 2 November 13th through November 26th, period 3 November 27th through December 10th, period 4 December 11th through December 24th, and period 5 December 25th through January 7th on the waterfowl applications.
Well, it's good having you folks with us today, and we hope you got a little bit of good out of that, and we hope you check in with us next week. We'll see if we can get some more information for you there. And this will be Catfish Charlie bidding you a goodbye, and Charlie here.
Bidding you a goodbye until next time.
That's it.
Running those trot lines, stretching that poly. Catch 'em, Catfish Charlie. Catch those fish, here's what you do. Set those hooks with a trick or two. Gotta go late, not too early. If you need help, call Catfish Charlie. Catch 'em, Catfish Charlie. Find him in his boat or cooking at a party. Running those trot lines, stretching that poly. Catch 'em, Catfish Charlie. Catch 'em, Catfish Charlie. Find him in his boat or cooking at a party.